Helen Zille thinks she can intimidate the ANC. Well, not in Gauteng. Tomorrow in Tshwane, the ANC is taking a bold stand against the DA, refusing to vote for Cilliers Brink or any leader backed by Helen Zille's party. Is this the beginning of a political uprising? Let's dive in. Welcome back to Inkari. It's time where we bring you the latest and most critical political stories in South Africa. Today, we are looking at the ANC's defiant stand in Tshwane against the DA, Helen Zille, and their failed leadership. With Cilliers Brink out, the ANC has made it clear they will not be handing over power in Gauteng anytime soon.
It's the big topic as well tomorrow, what will happen in the city of Tshwane. The DA has made it very clear that they would like the ANC to back Cilliers Brink, and if you don't, or else, pretty much. What are your talks looking like right now? Because those negotiations have been going on throughout the day. The SG did say that it's unacceptable for the DA to say it's Brink or nothing. However, you're still in talks. So is that to say that it's definitely not going to be Brink? You will not be supporting the DA in this at all? And what would the ramifications of that be?
We certainly are not. Remember, the ANC has been at the center of a decision to pass a motion of no confidence against Cilliers Brink for reasons that are there for all to see, except if we want to paint a different narrative, which is disingenuous. Look at the state of townships in Tshwane. Look at how townships in the historically advantaged communities get serviced by the same administration. Look at those spatial disparities that continues, the state of sanitation. I can go on and on. There is nothing that has been done by Cilliers Brink that suggests that this is somebody who is a turnaround person to turn Tshwane into its former glory. Secondly, that we were not going to be supporting, the candidacy that comes from the DA. We will be supporting a candidate that will come out of a consultation that is currently underway as I speak between the ANC and a number of political parties.
Helen Zille, one of the most vocal leaders of the DA, has been pushing hard to reinstate Cilliers Brink as mayor of Tshwane, trying to bully the ANC into submission. But the ANC isn't having it. Lesufi and the ANC leadership have boldly declared that they don't account to Zille and won't be intimidated by her threats. One of the key reasons behind Brink's removal is his failure to serve the black communities in Tshwane. His administration focused on his own people, leaving black areas neglected and underserved. The ANC has made it clear that they cannot back a leader who prioritizes the few over the many.
Where do you stand now on your understanding around the decision that was taken in Tshwane, specifically around the removal of Cilliers Brink, because his argument was that this was a decision that was taken at a national level?
Well, you've got to believe who you believe. I mean, obviously there's huge tension between Panyaza Lesufi and the National ANC. That is why he was summoned to the Thuli House on Monday to explain his comments and to explain what he'd said and done. So, there's huge tension and a huge difference of opinion about how to proceed. And I do know that the National ANC wants to achieve stability in the metros. And I know that we were talking about how we did that. And I know Panyaza has refused to cooperate with that project.
Yeah. What do you mean by that? How is he refusing to cooperate with that project?
Well, by sponsoring and supporting a motion to take out our mayor in Tshwane. And that hardly enables stability to happen in that city. We're making good progress in fixing the finances there, which is the foundation for everything else that has to happen there. And unfortunately, now that progress is going to end.
Yeah, again, his argument is that that was a national decision of the ANC for them to go ahead with that motion of no confidence in supporting it.
I think you need to ask the ANC that question. My understanding is that the National ANC was not keen on that.
Okay, what's your understanding then about the ANC nationally not being keen on it? What do you understand where the ANC nationally stood on this matter?
Well, you need to ask the ANC about where the ANC stands.
Sure, I'm asking about your understanding.
Yeah, my understanding was that the National ANC was keen to have stability pacts in all of the major metros. And that means we would leave the ANC's mayor in Ekurhuleni, and they would leave our mayor in Tshwane, etc., etc. And then the Sufi didn't want to play ball.
And the ramifications of that, before I let you go as well, if you don't support the DA's candidate, which you've made pretty clear that you will not, also especially after sponsoring that motion of no confidence, the ramifications at a national point, when we're listening to the DA's federal chair, Helen Zille, saying that there will be consequences to that. Are you prepared to face whatever those consequences may be, particularly in other metros and nationally?
Well, I must say that we really frown upon the idea of threatening the ANC on the part of Helen Zille. We have said this ad infinitum, and we continue to say so. We are not answerable to her for decisions of the ANC, except those that threaten the format of the government of national unity. Just as the DA in the Western Cape is campaigning even for by-elections to keep the ANC out of power in municipalities where the ANC has a shoe in. Just as the DA canvasses against the ANC where it canvasses, in that same light, the ANC as an independent organization has its own decisions about what it does in provinces and certainly in municipalities. And we keep the door open for conversations, but those conversations must not be foregrounded by a threatening environment, because we will not be intimidated.
Tomorrow, the ANC will be voting for a new candidate from a different party, possibly ActionSA, instead of a DA nominee. This move shows that the ANC is ready to form new alliances to prevent the DA from regaining control in Gauteng. Meanwhile, in the Western Cape, the DA is actively pushing the ANC out of municipalities, consolidating their power base. But the ANC has a message for Zille. They won't be handing over Gauteng to the DA so easily.
I mean, the removal of the mayor of Tshwane have genuinely exposed and undressed those that believe they've got the birthright to govern. That where we govern, don't touch us. If you touch us, you will see who we are. Forgetting that they themselves, where they govern, they don't want the ANC closer. So GNU has its own limitation, challenges. I've seen people celebrating 100 years. It's an achievement. No one gave us a chance that two competing political parties and many other political parties can establish government and government functions. So it's work in progress where I stand, but it's something that we must not forget, that in the ultimate end, it's not the vehicle that can take us where we want to go. The vehicle that can take us where we want to go is the African National Congress that have recovered from its weaknesses. Is the African National Congress that can run this government alone.
ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula insists that Gauteng Chairperson Panyaza Lesufi's invitation to present himself before the National Working Committee had no ill intent and was necessary. He's dismissed reports that he abused his position to eliminate possible threats ahead of the party's 2027 elective conference.
We're not reining in on Panyaza. When it is said that the chairperson of your biggest province, he is quoted in the newspapers as a messiah and a great revolutionary who is fighting an ANC stance on government of national unity, supported by utterances, snippets, quoted, and all of that. You don't run an organization through snippets and analysis and second guessing of people. You engage with leaders.
This showdown in Tshwane is just the beginning of a larger political battle between the ANC and DA. Gauteng is a battleground, and tomorrow's vote will set the stage for what is to come. Will the ANC successfully block the DA's attempt to regain power, or will Zille's influence prove too strong for the ANC? Stay tuned. What do you think? Can the ANC hold its ground against the DA in Gauteng? Let us know in the comments. Hit that like button and subscribe for more updates on this unfolding political drama. From Inkari, it's time. Thanks for watching and take care.